This is Chris Spiker.
I'm Aaron Goldstein, and we're here with our second guest, David Richards, and you are a volunteer for the CHP.
Yes, sir.
Hey David, how you doing?
Good.
You know, and today's Saturday. You got a golf tournament next Friday, the 18th.
Correct.
And that's kind of why you're here. But the work of the Senior Volunteers program goes on all year long.
Yes, year round.
But the golf tournament, and this is number 16,
16.
and you've been to all of them.
From the very first.
Yeah? So what's the purpose of the golf tournament?
Well, it supports local charities. We donate to the fallen officers, widows and families. Grace Resources. We have John Powers scholarships. Domestic Violence Council we contribute to, and then various others throughout the year. And then, of course, our big one is Chips for Kids at Christmas time every year. And Chips for Kids last year was our most successful ever.
Wow.
Antelope Valley area, we brought in 11,000 toys last year with the help of Walmart and everybody else. I mean, we're just the tool that makes it, helps it run, but it's all the people of the Antelope Valley that are very generous. Walmart's always very generous. There's so many people, I can't even mention them all right now because I can't think of all those people that fast, but we always have stuff of buses out in front of Walmart's every year, which is a big one, gathering. And us as volunteers, we're not sworn officers, so we can take cash donations at that time, and then we go right into Walmart and buy toys with that, so that adds to our number. And we've been going up for the last 4 years, and we're one of the smaller offices in the Highway Patrol, but we're always at the top, or close to the top, in toys brought in for the Chips for Kids. Chips for Kids is statewide.
That's something special about the Antelope Valley.
Yeah.
Say what you will about it. It has a big heart.
Yes,
People in the event.
it's just amazing, the people that you run into, and you know, they don't look like they could, look like they might need some help.
Right.
And they'll come up to you and they'll donate.
Yeah.
It's surprising, you know, and looks can be deceiving, of course, but
Can't judge somebody by their cover all the time.
that's true. That's true.
Refreshing.
Yeah.
And you work with, who's the officer, Gil
Hernandez, our public information officer, so I do a lot of work with him. All of us volunteers do a lot of work with him, assisting, as he has a lot of the public service stuff and community related stuff that needs to be done. And if we go out to it, like at the fair and Chips for Kids and those kind of things, then a sworn officer is free to go out and keep everybody safe.
Yeah, and really the job of the CHP, people think it's just to write tickets, but a big part of what they do is actually public safety.
Yeah, it's a lot of public safety. We, one in particular, one of my favorites is the Start Smart class that we do. It's aimed at young people 15 to 20 years old, because they are the group that's the highest cause of death for that age is traffic accidents, collisions.
Yeah.
You do everything right, it's not an accident, as we say in the Highway Patrol, because something had to be doing something wrong for there to be a crash. So anyway, it's an absolutely free class. We have about one of those once a month. It's about a 2-hour class. You get a certificate of completion from the Highway Patrol, which can possibly help depending on your insurance company. But just to have the class itself
Could save your life.
it could save your life, and it's worth it.
Does a young person have to have a driver's license to be in that class?
No, but if they're learner's permit or newly licensed or about to get to that point, and we like to have the parents come in too, to sit there with them, so they can, because once we do our presentation, then the kids will go and we'll hopefully never see them again.
Yeah.
But then the parents can take the message home and keep reminding them, putting them in their ear that to do things right. I mean, you can do everything correctly like you're supposed to, and something bad can still happen, but this gives you a better chance of not being in that situation.
You know, Aaron asked, how does one become a volunteer with the CHP?
Well, you have to be 55 and over, of course, and no felony convictions, not a whole lot of bad traffic on your list, and come in and just they'll give you a verbal talking and listening to you, and then you fill out a form. It's like applying for a job, really, and then you're on your way, and you know, if you pass, you know, and it's not hard to pass, as it is volunteer, and so I don't think very many people have been washed out of it, but
Probably the main thing is the record.
yeah, no felony will knock you right out of there right off the bat, but yeah, we don't have a lot. We have a lot of ex-military. Right now, we have an ex-fireman. He was the City of Los Angeles Fire Department for many years, and he is now our sergeant at arms. So a lot of the people that did military careers, they, you know, are well tuned for something like this.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a lot of fun. Sometimes there are boring times, and other times it goes from nothing to complete excitement, and you're wondering what's going to happen next, you know. But they keep us out of the way so we don't get hurt.
Yeah.
But we go on ride-alongs, and you know, we wouldn't try to arrest anybody. We have no power to arrest, but it's having another set of eyes in the car when one of us is with them, and you know, we just help where we can, and it's
I think
rewarding.
The ride-along, I've done some sheriff ride-alongs, and it's really a great way for the community to better understand what our people in law enforcement do and what they go through.
Yeah, we get a bad rap. You know, a lot of people just hate law enforcement, but then who do they call when they get trouble or need help? They call law enforcement, you know, so.
And one of the neat things is like going to the fair and seeing all the different law enforcement people there on a different platform. And so what does the CHP do at the fair?
Well, we have a booth there every year, and it we have brochures for everything you could possibly think of, safety-wise, bicycle safety, seat belts, car seats, skateboards, just everything that you can think of that could be done in an inappropriate manner that would you get yourself hurt. We've got a booklet for it.
Wow.
But,
Skateboards, sidewalks.
You know, there's a lot of people that, I don't think we have one for unicycle, but it's probably something about unicycle in the bicycle book.
It's coming.
Yeah. But it's a rewarding thing. I'm just started the first of this month, my 16th year now, so I don't know, it's something to do. I'm one of the few guys that does still work, but most of them are, I think at this point now, to get on, you have to be completely retired, but I know there are guys that still do a little work. And
Whatever that means, huh?
Yeah, a little bit of something, and so they'll work with you.
Well, walk me through the golf tournament, kind of what time it starts, and where it's going to be at Rancho Vista Golf Course.
Rancho Vista, May the 18th. We want to get people out there between 7 and 7:30. You'll get donuts and coffee to start with, and a little breakfast burrito go with you out on the golf course. And then there'll be a lunch or a dinner or lunch dinner type thing in the afternoon when you get off the golf course. At the award ceremony, then the longest shot and all the people that get their trophies will get those, and then the raffle will be done at that time, because we have a lot of raffle prizes that people bring to us, so we can raffle off, and it's a good day had by all. One thing I did, one of our volunteers, he is on the Cheaters program, which is for people that do their license plates in other states and then come here and live with their license plate here. So somebody's gonna come knock on your door if you're doing that. Last year he recovered over $90,000 worth of
Wow.
registration, and
So
that's registration is what drives the CHP and what pays CHP salary. So that hits close.
You
to
don't
home
want to
with us.
tamper with the CHP's salary.
Yeah. Everybody likes that money at the end of the month or whenever you get
So when
paid.
you move here and you've still got your plates from another state, you have technically.
You have
legally-
a time period then, but it's really the ones that go to another state to register their car there
Ah.
and then bring it here.
Yeah.
And you're cheating the state, and all of us that do pay our registrations here in California the right way, we're being penalized by what you do. Or not you, but the person that's doing that.
Good.
So, if do it the right way and help out the state and help out your neighbors and help out the state and everybody, and we'll all be happier.
We got just a minute left. How has it been working with the Chamber of Commerce? Because Anna Zarley put you and I together.
Right. She's always been very helpful. I get in there with her around fair time or Chips for Kids time and golf tournament time. She's always, busts her tail trying to make something happen for us. She's gotten us tea bag items, which is something that she gets a lot of people that come in and sponsor things and have their little tea bags that she has helped us out with in golfers, and she's always very helpful, Anna is.
She's in the know. And we read your date every week for our community calendar, but what's the contact information for the golf tournament?
I don't have my glasses, so you're gonna have to read that one, but it's Al or Sandy Mejia
Oh, yeah.
at, can you see that,
Yep.
Chris?
948-8541. 948-8541. Boy, that's very close to the Chamber of Commerce. That's the CHP office.
Yeah, that's the CHP office, you can get information there, and then Al
Oh,
and
yeah.
Sandy's at.
718-2094. Hey, thank you very much, Dave Richards, for being on.
Well, thanks for having me.
You bet.